bigger picture, how has it been navigating like having your team trying to like put a winning product on the court all the time, like after you guys had to trade Sykes away, a few weeks back?
Yeah. Hello. It's been a lot, but I've been so focused on like what we call our daily habits because there's just going to be like a million tests for all of that, and that was one of them. Not making the playoffs, another one. I mean, there's just we can injuries, So I think for us, it's just been so important to have that be our anchor. And at times it's been more challenging than others, but we're still just trying to hold on to like our culture and those anchors of just, work hard, get better, humility, direct communication, have your joy. And it's been a little bumpy, and especially like winning obviously helps, kind of reinforce all of those things. But we're fighting for it because it's, at the end of the day, sometimes that's all you have. Like the wins and losses can kind of waver, but if you have your daily habits, you can hang your hat on that.
Well, you all have drafted Sonia and Kiki for a reason, but what do you think they've done to kind of meet this moment and have an immediate impact their rookie season?
Kiki in particular?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it's hard for me to separate Kiki and Sonia. Yeah. Kiki's been, she's been amazing. Like she's truly been amazing. She's always been wildly talented. I mean, she had a great college career, and her growth from Stanford to USC, and and taking on a different role, but in both those situations, she starred, and then to come to the pros and be so unbelievably coachable, and so wanting to be. Really good, so like putting the work in that's required, and then to face the best women in the world, as a rookie, especially at her position, and to never go in a downward spiral. Like it's just, she's truly amazing. Like her mental toughness and her desire to be really good, those things have shown. I mean, they've absolutely shown through all the kind of ups and downs. She's one of our strongest players from a mental standpoint and professional as well. It's been amazing to watch, and it just gives us so much hope for year 2, year 3, and beyond.
How about Sonia?
Yeah, I just ditto. Like really. I mean, the two of them are the standard as far as I'm concerned. Like at this age, like. Steph and AC bring a whole nother level where, there's just like a lot more games and a broader range of perspective, and their professionalism has been immense, and at times they speak like coaches. But for where Sonia and Kiki are, they're like a 10 out of 10. In terms of like the professionalism, the want to, the coachability, and the mental toughness. It's been really challenging this year. And keep in mind, for these women in particular, they're playing like, I don't know, they're on month 12 of like straight basketball. I mean, it's crazy. Like it's just like the W challenge for rookies. I'm not sure that's spoken up enough about. And for them to still be playing really well, and still manage the pressure and the ups and downs. The two of them are just, they're special.
Coach, you were talking about team culture with just 4 games left in this regular season. What do you need to see from your team to know that team culture is intact going into the off season?
Yeah, just not break. We might bend, but we can't break. We've had, in particular, 2 really tough outings. I thought they were different in how the games got away from us. But I thought New York, it's like, we came close to breaking. I didn't feel like we're very connected. Last night there was fight. We obviously we gave up a lot of threes. We didn't make threes. We were turnover prone, but I didn't see them, kind of run for the hills is what I talked to them about, just like not pouring inward. And so, we had one of those nights. But for me, we have to compete. We can't stray away from what got us here. And there's, I want this room, but our room, they had a lot of good moments. And so I just don't want us to forget that.
Hey, Coach. Rashawn Haylock with the broadcast. Do you anticipate JC playing the rest of the season? And also with Shakira, what has she brought? How has that dynamic work with Kiki?
Yeah, with JC, she's trending upwards. We're going to get her some 3-on-3, I think, in the very near future, and that's kind of like we progress from whatever they're doing medical-wise performance, then we kind of and check out that they're doing okay physically, then we progress to one-on-one workouts or one-on-0 workouts with our coaches, and then we like to get 3-on-3, go 5-on-5. So right now she's, I think we're getting 3-on-3 in the very near future. So feel good about maybe her getting in some games. I just can't tell you. I'm not the medical person, but I think she's trending in a good way. With Kira, defensively, she's just a massive presence. Terrific help defender, covers up mistakes. Really competes on that level. Offensively, she's a little bit more mid-range and some productivity at the rim. And so it's kind of meshing those two skill sets because Kiki is mid-range and at the rim as well. So it's trying to find that double post chemistry on the offensive end, and defensively giving Kiki some reps guarding on the perimeter, which is growth for her. So it's kind of a push and pull there to get that chemistry going, and it's still in the making. But we like what we see.
Coach, with 4 games left and the playoffs sort of out of the picture, do you change anything to try to just work on or see new things and just see if something would work moving into the offseason?
Yeah, we've always, we started the year with a development mindset, and I think we just, really surprised, and surprised us as well. Going back to Kiki and Sonia, who would have thought? We didn't necessarily think that was going to occur. So our development approach has stayed intact all year long. And so if you've watched us closely, you'll have already seen different things as we've gone through the season. The last 5 games, we've had Sonia on the ball more, Suge and Jade, off the ball. We've put Kiki and Kira in space around that free throw line intentionally, and those are individual things. As a team, we've played a lot more zone, not a lot of zone, but a lot more. Over these last 8 to 10. So I'm just rattling off some things that come to mind. That's been in the making. Lucy on the ball as well. That's been in the making all year long. So it's not like we'll kick that into overdrive. We'll just continue, what we've been doing all year.
We'll go to Zoom.
John? Hi, Sydney. Sorry if you answered this at the beginning. We couldn't quite hear you early on. But looking back at yesterday's game, what do you think was the biggest challenge on the offensive end, and how did you see Suge and Lucy kind of get going a little bit themselves?
Things that have jumped out as of late. Yesterday and just in this 6-game stretch, high turnovers, not enough offensive rebounds, so we're losing the possession game, and we haven't been making threes. So that's a tough combination for us to kind of, frankly, put points on the board. And so Lucy, she's helped. She's always been able to stretch defenses, and that's been a great value that she brings. And so even though she was 1 for 5 from 3, you got 5 looks there, and then she's also, as people were coming at her, she's able to get to her mid-range. Should honestly just being able to make, she made a pair of threes. It's just that shot is just, it's hard to get away from the value of that in this game, and especially at this level. And you know, I thought that that's certainly, you know, their perimeter scoring in short, I think is what helped us, where we really haven't had much of a balance with that as of late.
And you mentioned the 6-game streak. You know, I assume Steph and AC kind of have nobody panicking, right? But are you talking about that at all? How are you kind of approaching that streak in the locker room?
Just referred to the streak yesterday when reporters like yourself reminded me, and I guess I'm a little bit ahead of it today. We just it's game by game. You know, we're not unaware. You know, but like I'm not trying to replay yesterday. You know, that's intentional. We have to learn from those moments. But you know, honestly, we are like a day by day. You know, and then collectively, you know, when we get an off day or something like that, we can take a step back, we can look at a little bit more film. You know, we can really, you know, hunker down on some coaching points. That will come Monday, Tuesday, but we really do try to stay in the moment. And so, really not addressing it like that so much.
Thank you.